robbed of the poom pooms. It did not pop in like I like it. Welcome to Soultiful, guys. So happy to have y'all back here again with an awesome episode this week. My name is Latoya.
My name is Nakia.
Hi, I'm Janet, and in the background is Houdini, my bird.
All right. Welcome to the show, Houdini. I'm Toya.
And we have the lovely Miss Ije McDougall.
Hello.
So happy to have her here today, y'all. She is phenomenal. Let's go ahead and talk about what we're working on this week. I'll go first. So I was working on email sequencing, lead generation type things, reaching out to my cold market, introducing myself, and drumming up some new clients.
Cool. I work on troubleshooting purchasing orders. The company that I work for, they have a new accounting system and it's not working right, and everybody's wondering where their money is.
Oh, no. Wow.
Show me my money. Show me my money. Where my money at? You gotta laugh when you want to cry. I have been working on updating some Depsato packages. I'm preparing for a Got Word youth poetry event I have upcoming, and as well as just doing some emails and a proposal that I have that just fell in my lap that I need.
Hey.
Yes. Awesome, Janet. Hey, y'all. So I had an awesome meeting with a client today, and we're working on creating videos so she can create her email campaign for her list. So that was fun. Yes.
Awesome. Well, y'all, I want to introduce this awesome lady that we have. She's going to tell us what she is working on.
Well, I run a charity called the Kairos Initiative, and we're about to start our first project for the year. So I've been working on strategies for that, basically for how to raise funds. Probably tell you more about that later, but yes, it's about basically pregnant women in parts of Nigeria. I'll tell you about that later, but yeah, that's what this week has been about, really.
Nice.
Yes, that is awesome. Well, y'all already see, like, she got a lot going on. So let me go ahead and formally introduce her. I'm so excited. So Mrs. Ije McDougall is a trained communicator with many feathers in her bow. Having grown up in Nigeria and migrated to the UK as an adult, she has a unique perspective on how people define themselves. She is an HR employment law expert with the UK government, and until recently was a BBC local radio producer. Y'all, she fire. She founded and runs the is it
Kairos.
Kairos Initiative, a charity dedicated to victims of extremism in northeastern Nigeria. EJ is the author of Surviving 0 to 5, Moms of Girls, a short commentary on her experience as a mother of two daughters. She's passionate and deliberate about the topics she chooses to speak on. And today we are talking about identity, who we are. Most of the time, when someone asks you that, you start naming off stuff like what you do for a living, and that's not us. We're going to dive into what that actually means and how you can get down to the core of answering that question. So, Miss CJ, tell me a little bit about that.
Okay, so I started with telling you a few stories. Well, I think the best way to do it, I've come with a few questions for us to answer. And I think in answering those questions, we've got to figure out the answer to that big question, who are you? So I used to say, I did not realize that I was a Black woman until I came to the UK. Because I grew up in Nigeria, where most people are Black, and it was never an issue. I was Ije who did this, who did that, my personality, where I went as a person, what I believed in, and stuff like that. But then I came to the UK, and suddenly the only description that people seem to have of me was that Black lady. and I don't live in the most diverse part of the UK. So yeah, so it made me sort of, oh, hang on, excuse me, there's more to me. There's more to me. I'm a black lady and proud, yes, but there's a bit more to me than that. But then it just made me start to question a lot of things. So, but when I then say who am I? Why do I, like you said, Latoya, do I want to start describing what I do for a living, or do I want to start describing who I am to other people? I'm a mom, I'm a daughter, and that kind of thing. So yeah, so I'll give you a story. Once upon a time, in my place of work, we had this situation where, I don't know, it was like called insights, where we were sort of learning about ourselves. We answered some questions and we were learning about ourselves. And I didn't take it too seriously. I just answered the questions and stuff. I didn't realize there was going to be like a whole 20-page report about me. So I filled it up. Then we went to the thing where we all sat down in a circle, did the usual icebreaker and all that stuff. And then they started to talk about who you could be, on the spectrum. And you could be a cool green, you could be a cool blue, or you could be an earthy green, or you could be a fiery red, or you could be a sunshine yellow. And I'm reading, getting quite interested, thinking, I would like to be a cool blue. I read all the good bits about, yeah, and it sounds nice, doesn't it? I'm a cool blue, or I'm an earth green. I didn't want to be a sunshine yellow. Then, when the results came out, guess what? I was sunshine yellow all the way. Sunshine yellow quite to a high degree, and a bit of the earthy green. And I wasn't very happy with that, because when I got the report, I went straight to the pros and cons, and I didn't read the pros. I sort of focused on the disadvantages, the not so good bits about being a sunshine yellow. And it stayed. That's all I read. That's all I focused on. Those were facts. Those are the facts I decided to focus on. And to be honest with you, I lived with a chip on my shoulder for nearly 2 years, because starting to bend myself out of shape because I want to fit this other set of criteria. I want people to see me like this. I wish people thought I was this, instead of owning who I truly am. Years after that, the same test came up. That by this time I'd done some growing and I knew who I was going to be. I knew it was going to come out sunshine yellow again. But I was deliberate in reading all of it, accepting all of me, accepting the parts that need some growth, but accepting the parts that are pretty fabulous. I'm sunshine yellow. I'm the life and soul of the party. I'm the one who people want to be around. I bring life to the place, and I started to own it. And I wasn't perfect, but I was beginning to enjoy all of me. So, so that I don't bore you any further, guys, I have a few questions. I have about 10 questions. We won't go through all of them, but they're questions that I'm hoping will make you reflect. And whoever's listening, I'm hoping it will make you reflect as well. So, as we say, who are you? First question. You start to think, oh, I'm a HR expert. That's what you do. And sometimes what you do is who you are. Like, I run a charity, and everything about that charity is who I am as a person. So there are times, yeah, okay. But what words do you use to describe yourself? That's my first question. What words do you use to describe yourself?
Ooh, I can answer because I know what I say about myself.
Go on then.
I'm a full-figure diva. That's what I say about myself.
Love it. There we go.
Hey, come on now.
Hey, listen, model, whoa, whoa, whoa,
Right,
whoa, whoa, whoa.
I love this. I love this.
There is no shame in my game. From my personal Instagram, my title is "What My Sexy Is Full Figure Diva." Those are my hashtags.
I love it.
Everybody needs to be like Janet. Own it. This is who you are.
Oh,
This is
I was gonna say no. You need to be like me.
my next question then. My next question then is
Everybody else didn't answer.
That's
go on then.
true.
Ladies,
That's
actually,
true.
let's hear.
Yeah.
What words do you use to describe yourself?
Yeah.
Generous. I use the word generous a lot.
Generous. Yeah.
My main word would be loyal. Loyal, pretty loyal.
Okay. Toya?
My word would be free. I just,
Perfect.
free.
I love it. See, I like that they're all very positive words. But from my experience, if I'm talking to someone one-to-one and we're being, doing moment of truth, so what words do you use to describe yourself? People don't tend to be as positive, and they start to remember what is wrong with them, and they start to remember, I'm not so good at this, or I don't really like this, and But then my next question is, so where do you get those words from? The words that you use to describe yourself, where did you get them from? Whose opinions? Where have you, there is a multiple of sources. So which ones have you gone and gathered information about yourself from? In my example, when I got that report, Sunshine Yellow, I went straight to the negative aspects of my personality. Those were facts. Those things were true, but they were not the full picture. There was a whole other set of facts that would have made me feel a lot better about myself, but I wasn't interested in those because I just wanted to know what's wrong with me, and that's where my focus was. So, what set of facts? Where you don't have to answer this one because it's a bit personal. Where has my opinion of myself come from?
I have no shame in my game, so I don't mind answering.
Yeah.
Mine came from okay, so I've always been plump. My daddy used to call me Fatty Boom Boom. It's kind of Caribbean. So I've always been plump all my life, or my family, we have breasts, hips, and butts. That's what the women.
No, not wrong with that.
Yeah. I have always been plumped. So when I was getting older, I wanted to be a full-figured fashion designer. And I went to high school and college. So when I realized that the word wasn't Fati Boom Boom and the word was full-figured, that's how come I stayed with it. Because I've always been full-figured, and I've always been a risque full-figured. I think
Love it.
Story before how my mother threw away my biking shorts because my backside was so broad and see-through. So I've always been full-figured. So that's where I get my fact from. It was from birth, from Fatty
Yeah.
Boom.
You see, I have a similar story. Just like you say, your dad used to call you that. I have a similar story about my parents. When I was about, say, three years old, in elementary school, I believed, and I tell this story so many times, but I believed so completely that I am the most beautiful girl in the world. And as a 3-year-old, there was absolutely no question. There was no debate. It was just, I am the most beautiful girl in the world. Simple as that. And then when as I was growing up, I keep saying about this other girl who was in my nursery school, and I used to think she's very striking, she's very beautiful, but I must be even more beautiful than that. So my goodness, I am the best around. And I remember in university, I was looking at some of my pictures as a child, and I saw a picture of myself at that age. And I remember just bursting out laughing, thinking, I wasn't even a cute kid. Never mind, most beautiful girl in the world. I wasn't even, I wasn't the most beautiful girl in the world. I was not. But I believed that so wholeheartedly back then because that's what daddy said. That's what my parents told me, that I'm the most beautiful girl in the world. And thank God that is what they said to me. Imagine if they had told me the opposite.
Right.
Imagine if they had told me, yeah, you're not one of the cute kids, or or you're not that beautiful, or whatever. Imagine if they had told me the opposite of, hey, Ije, you're the most beautiful girl in the world. I keep thinking where my confidence would have been if my parents had told me the opposite of what they were telling me at that age. But then as you grow up, become a teenager, this sort of leads to my next question. Whose opinion counts? So at the age of 3, 4, 5, your parents, their opinions, because they're the ones who have the power. Question: who has the power? When you become a teenager, you want to impress your friends, you want to impress your mates, you want to be one of the mean girls, or you want to be on this group or that clique. As you're getting older, suddenly maybe it's a boyfriend, a girlfriend, their opinion, they have the power to make you feel a certain way about who you are. So that's my next question. Who has the power? Who has had the power in the past, and who has the power now?
That's a really good question.
Well, I would think. I feel like I'm at a counseling session.
Sorry.
That's
You are.
I would think for me, who had the power back then would probably be my family, because my dad always made my figure a joke, or my dad always made it comfortable for me,
Good.
complimenting me. Now my mom, she didn't. And it's funny enough because my mom is, well, you could tell she was full figured. I'd tell you that story, but that's a whole nother story. But anyway, she was full figured. So, but my dad always made me feel comfortable. And I was a daddy girl. I mean, me and my dad, we took trips together. We went to the park. We went to the movies. Ain't much me and my dad ain't do. My dad used to gamble. I used to go to the gamble casino. It wasn't much that, so I was always comfortable with me. So when I got into school, when kids used to be like, "You fat," I'd be like, "No, I'm full figured and I'm cute." No, so it didn't bother me. It's when I was getting older, and then guys, would like me, but then they would come to the gate, and my dad would run. So then I started to think, full figure must be a bad thing, because he let me talk to the boys, and I want to talk to the boys. And then I became a tomboy. So I grew out of the cute and the concern. But then when I became an adult, I think it was society was whose opinion started to matter. Because now I'm going into this full figure career, and in the time that I was attempting to go, that I went into it was drugs and lighter. The Caucasian people who were very big, and women weren't gonna be no full figure designer. So then that was started to eat at me. So then it was society. And now in these latter years, sometimes people, when they say things, it hurts me because it make me think I'm uneducated, or it depends on the moment, but sometimes people's words and reactions to things can count for me.
Yeah.
I don't know why, because I eventually I blow it over, but
Yeah.
in that moment, it can hurt me.
So that's being human, isn't it? Because we go through ups and downs in our emotions and in who we are and how vulnerable we are. So I suppose to round off this first set of questions, it's wise then to say, and it's wise for us to know, that we choose whose opinion counts. We choose who has the power. We choose whose words we use to describe ourselves. It's our choice. And if we're living life letting it happen to us, then that's our fault. We need to become more aware of what we're taking on, who we allow to speak into our dream, who we allow to speak into our lives, and all of that. Then I take you to a different set of questions, and that includes a question like, what has your struggle taught you? So we've all been through ups and downs in our lives, all been through some trauma. I mean, you get to a certain age and you think, phew, I've been through quite a few things, be it domestic violence. I mean, in my case, I can tell you a whole story. I mean, moving from
Yeah, we
Nigeria
don't have time for that. For your
to the
story, my
UK,
story, yeah, the
you
stories.
know. But what has your struggle taught you? What did you learn about yourself from the things you have been through?
I learned that I am the only one that matters.
That's right.
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
I learned that home comes first. Home comes first, and everything else will fall in its place.
Yeah.
I've learned that I can only control me. I can't control anything else about anybody or the situation, just me and my reaction to stuff.
Yeah. So then if we think about life in that way, then so when these things are happening to us, or when trauma is coming to us, or this, difficult situations, let's not forget to learn from those situations. Otherwise, it should just be a circle. Sometimes you can feel like you're just going round in circles. But if you're learning from your experiences, then you're not going around in circles. It's more of a spiral because you're going up and up, even if it's similar circumstances that you're facing, you're learning. And although you're going round and round, you're still going up and up in a spiral, not in a circle. So that's one. What if you do not learn from your struggle, then what a waste that struggle was. What a waste of your humanity. What a waste of your time. What a waste of your emotions. What a waste of your happiness. A waste of all of it. If nothing, if no lesson has come from that experience. So we need to start becoming a bit more aware of why am I going through this? Why has this happened? Knowing the kind of person I am, what am I likely to take out from this situation? Why is this situation happening? What can I learn from it? The next question then is, how do you respond to praise and how do you respond to criticism in terms of getting to know? I know that when people praise me, oh my goodness, I can't handle it. I just cannot handle it. I'm very loud. I'm the loudest person you've ever met. But once you start to say nice things about me, I just cannot handle it. I just can't. And that's okay. That's who I am. People say learn to take a compliment. I am learning. I'm not quite there yet. But then when people start to tell me things that are not so good, do you know those things can live with me for years? For years. So if you think about, so how do I handle praise? Why do I handle praise like that? Do I feel like I am not worthy? Is that why when people praise me, I feel like, oh, don't say anything about me? Is that why? Or why? What's going on there? That's for me to answer for myself. Like, and if
Right.
people are criticizing me, again, do they have the power? Is this somebody that matters? So criticism, yeah, I'll listen to it. I'll grow from it. But should I keep it forever like I tend to? If I do that, am I not then giving the wrong person or every Tom, Dick, and Harry giving them the power? That's not very wise, is it?
Me, when people praise me, I don't want you to praise me or give me compliments because of what I did for you. I did what I did because I truly wanted to do what I did for you. And
Yeah.
it's important to me that if you ask me to do something or you hire me to do something, that I do it to the best of my will and the best of my experience because I want you to be pleased in the end. You didn't hire me just because for the money. You hired me because you saw some value or some expertise in me that you said yes could be an additional asset to your company. So that's what I want you to shine in the end. And as for criticism, I take criticism because I'm always striving to be better. I mean, there was a time in my life when criticism used to bother me, and sometimes, earlier when you asked the question, sometimes when people respond to me negatively, I start to think now, what's going on with them? Sometimes their response or their character or the way they answer you is not you. They could have had a bad morning. They could have had a child upset them or some family member, or they could be in some desperate situation. So when they me, then instantly it's like, oh, it's Janet. Let me take it out on her. Janet didn't even do nothing. You know, the running joke with people is no matter when they see me in the morning, I come in with this old sunshiny attitude. I'm bright yellow. Good morning or good afternoon, because I don't know what your last encounter was, but when you see me, I'm hoping that when I say good morning, good afternoon, it warms your heart so that you'll be like, well, hi, how you doing? Or you might just be good morning. I'm okay. Instead of, I didn't want to talk to you, you know, that kind of. So that's how I respond.
Yeah. Anybody else?
I believe in, you know, giving people their praise or appreciation while they're here. So I'll tell someone if I appreciate them, and if they appreciate me in return, that's fine. They can say it if they don't want to. It doesn't matter, because like Janet said, I mean, I did it for my purposes. I wanted to do it because I wanted to do it. So yeah, praises are fine. You take a compliment, thank you, and keep moving. But as far as criticism, I'm here for it, because, like you said, you're always trying to be a better version of yourself, and I can't fix anything that I don't know is wrong. So if you say something, if I've said something or done something, let me know. Not to say I might not change it, because I said what I said and I probably meant it, but thank you for the feedback. You know what I mean?
What about you, Nakia?
I'm not good at accepting praise or criticism. I don't know why. I feel the way they feel, in that if I did something, I did it because I wanted to do it. So I don't need you to give me validation or anything. As far as criticism, I try not to take it to heart, because I try to be authentic in everything that I do. So if you feel a certain way, that doesn't necessarily mean that's the way I feel.
Excellent.
Yeah. So for praise, how do you respond to praise? I like praise. I appreciate praise. Telling me I did something good, it makes me feel good. You know, especially when it's genuine. I really appreciate that. How do I respond to criticism? When you're criticizing me for something that I did, I'm cool with it. But I process it and understand that you may be wrong, and I'll go back and process it to see if you were right or not.
Yeah.
But yeah, now praise, though, to be honest with you, if I'm praised for something I did, I've always been not an overachiever, but I've always done well. So I'm good with that. But as far as praise, as far as my physical, how I look, I historically as a child, I was put down because I'm black, I'm dark skinned, and this, that, and the other. And I grew up in an environment that was mostly, it wasn't very diverse. And so I didn't see a lot of people that looked like me and so forth. So when they put me down because of how I look different, it's like how Janet said, being more full figured and things like that. Most of the people I grew up with didn't look like that, the other girls. And so now when if I get praised because of what I look like, that's difficult for me because I'm used to the criticism. So that's me just being honest.
I can identify with that. I can. Yeah. So then, in that sense, so the next question is then, have you acknowledged all of yourself? And the story that I tell with this is when at work, again, we're doing one of these personality tests, and this time around is birds. You can be an eagle, you can be an owl, you can be a dove. So like meek and gentle dove, which is not me. Or you can be an analytical owl, you can be a strong, powerful eagle, or you can be a peacock. Now, I've gone through my sunshine yellow situation, right? And I'm not about to be a peacock. So we do this thing. And you know when you're answering the question, they're thinking, this better be eagle. I better come out as an eagle, because then the results come out, and EJ, you're a peacock. A peacock with a bit of eagle in there, but mostly peacock. So I was about to, I'd had this, as I say, sunshine yellow situation. I had a bit of growth of, beginning to come to terms with who I really am. And then they say to me, I'm a peacock. And I was putting my hand up, about to be like, I'm not having this. And as I put my hand up, the color of my top caught my eye. So I'm working in an office, and I have this lime green top I'm wearing. And I remember my earrings were like a lime green hoop earrings. And I had lime green eyeshadow on. And I just put my hand down because I thought, come on now. Let's be honest. I'm looking a bit bright today. And this is not special. Yeah, this is my normal look. This is how I come to work. I come like this. So I suppose this says a lot about my personality. So I put my hand down. I thought, yeah, I'm a peacock. Tell us about it then. Tell us the good bits. Tell us the bad bits. But I knew this time around, to listen out for both.
Yeah.
Listen out for, this is the aspect that you might need to develop on, and these are the aspects that you're fantastic at. So I am happy to face all of myself. So criticism is good. I mean, good criticism is good. There's no need to demean me or make me feel small or make me feel little. That's not criticism. That's just shade. But criticism, constructive criticism, is good. And it's good to acknowledge aspects of your personality that you want to develop. But it's your choice. Again, it's your choice. Do I want to change being a loud-mouthed person? Actually, do you know what? I've come to the point in my life where, no, actually, I don't want to change that at all. I'm happy to be a chatterbox. Actually, I tried to change it, and I can't. I talk. This is who I am.
That's who you are.
I'm good with that. Thank you. There's other aspects of my life where they say all the good things. I'm happy for you to, I might not want to compliment in that sense, but you know what? I need to know what I'm good at so that I don't go around with a chip on my shoulder. So I don't want to focus too much on the bad. I don't want to go around with an inferiority complex. But then I don't want to focus on only the positives because I don't want to be a pompous, arrogant person. That's my choice, though. If I decide I'm happy to be a pompous, arrogant person, choice. My choice. I don't have to change it because of anybody. I don't have to change it. If life lessons are not bringing me to the point where I'm deciding to develop in one way or the other, then I choose not to. But I choose. So who I am, I decide. I decide. I have another question. This is a big one.
Before you go to that question, sis, can we just say thank you real quick to our viewers? We have a couple folks here with us, and just to remind you guys, thank you for number one. Thank you so much for being here. And if you have any questions for EJ, please share them because you can answer these questions too. We would love to hear your answers. We want to say thank you to Mama Dorch. We're so glad you're here today. Some of her comments, I let go, let God take the wheel. That's right. If it doesn't apply, let it fly.
I love that one.
Come on. Sometimes it's not how they dish it out, it's how we choose to accept it.
Absolutely.
I agree with that. And Charlotta says, love that analogy. We go round and round, but if we learn, it's upward in a spiral instead of just going in circles. Yes, right. Great perspective. I totally agree. Totally agree. And Tiffany has joined us. Good to see you, Tiffany. Yes, it's so good to see you all. Again, if you have any questions, guys, this is a blessing to have her on the show today. She's just a wealth of knowledge, and she just has a beautiful spirit. If you have any questions for EJ, please post them in the comments. We'll share them, okay? All right. Thank you. Go ahead, sis.
Next question. Is your conscience clear?
Yep.
You've got a clear conscience. Don't answer. I don't want to know. But we need to sit with this one for a bit because, I mean, we're all adults here. And we know that the things that we've gone through in life, perhaps there are people that we haven't spoken in the best of ways. Actually, just a couple of days ago, someone sent me a message in the middle of the night. I don't really get a lot of sleep. And I read this message and I thought, I don't recognize the name. And he sent a message saying, I want to thank you for how you responded to me when I sent you those messages. I thought, all right, I better scroll up because I don't remember this person. I don't remember what messages he's talking about. I scrolled up and I had a read. And this is somebody who I didn't know, was a Facebook friend, I think. So I didn't know him. And he had needs that he must have been desperate to ask someone that he didn't know. And and I saw the way I responded. Usually, I always go on and on about, oh, be kind, let's be kind. But then when I read how I responded to this man, I'm sorry, I really can't help you. And then he asked again for a different need. And can you help me with something else? I'm really sorry. All the money I have now, really, I don't have any spare. I can't help you. And then he asked for something else. I think there were 3 different things he had asked me for over a few days. And the answer was no. But the way in which I answered this gentleman was uncalled for, because after the 3rd time I'd had enough and I went into a bit of a rant that must have made him feel small. I answered him in a way that must have made him feel, I mean, I was ashamed. I was reading these comments that I made and I was ashamed. And I had to apologize. I'm really sorry. I said I could have responded to you better. I don't know why you're thanking me for the way I responded, because the way I responded was actually quite horrible, and I am sorry. So that made me think then, on how many people out there have I answered like this? How many people out there? I mean, over the last few months, when we've had all these arguments about George Floyd, we've had all these COVID arguments, and, especially online, I need to check myself of how I make the individual person feel. It's all right saying something on Facebook, all right saying something on Twitter, but when I'm one-on-one, how do I make people feel? And going a bit deeper with that, in my life, how have I justified the horrible things that I might have done to people? And just sitting here, I can think of a few people who I have been very unkind to. And I felt justified in how unkind I was to them. But in being the best that we can be, we need to get to a point in our lives where we can disagree without being horrible, where we can disagree without becoming less of who we're meant to be. And I feel like in answering the questions as per who we are, who we say we are, our identity, I think it's important to have a clear conscience. I think it's important that you check to other people, because I mean, I believe in you reap what you sow. So that's a big question for me. I think we need to ask ourselves that over and over again. Is my conscience clear? Is my conscience clear? Big question. Another question, and I would like to ask all of us ladies this. What is your default setting? So I know some people that if I have a problem, they're the last person I want to go to because I will get a lecture. Yeah. Mm. Or they're the last person I want to go to because they will make me feel like my problem is never ever going to get solved. You know how they say, when some jokes somewhere, I'm not feeling well. Oh, I know somebody who died of that headache that you have. That kind of situation. So in your general life, then, if someone comes across you for the first time, there are some people I never want to ask them how are you. I'm just scared to ask them that question because I'll be there forever. I don't mind sometimes, but to be honest, it would be nice when I ask you how are you from time to time, and maybe once in a while you are fine, you are okay. You cannot forever be known as somebody who is, oh well, today's my shoulder, tomorrow's my turn. Oh no, now. There has to be some time in your life where things are maybe a bit okay. So I'm asking you, ladies, when people come across you for the first time, what's your default setting?
Sarcasm.
They probably get like a silent treatment because
yeah.
And people don't, I'm like, I probably look like I'm cordial, but probably take a moment to kind of warm up.
Kindness. I want to be kind.
I'm always open and engaging, but in the back of my mind, I'm evaluating you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm always open and engaging.
Okay. Yeah.
You getting some serious evaluation going on.
Yeah. I think I'm probably sarcastic from the beginning. And then I probably start to think about what it is that you actually need and if I can provide something.
Okay.
I'm usually too far into my own bubble. So it's one of those things where you got to kind of tap me on my shoulder. Hey, hi, how are you?
Hello.
And then I look up like, oh, hey, can I help you? So I'm normally in my bubble doing my thing. So yeah.
I think about that universal law, like you said, you reap what you sow. So immediately I'm thinking what I can do to be helpful or be kind, because I know that comes back to me.
Yeah. Okay. I asked this question because I'm one of those people that until I started to decide for myself who I am,
Mhm.
I used to get so confused because I have my family saying things to me like, you need to, you need to, you're too nice, you're too soft. And I'm thinking, oh, I don't like confrontation. But then I have people who don't know me as well say to me, you're a bit of a dragon, aren't you? Oh, I wouldn't want to cross you. Oh, this. And I'm thinking, well, which one is it? Which one is it? Am I too nice? Or am I too harsh? So can you imagine for years bending myself out of shape, trying to my family come across as, no, I'm tough. And then to other people trying to be like meek and mild and nice. And I've decided I'm both. I can be both.
That's right.
I don't have to be one way. So my default setting to you might be this. My default setting to people who are not nice to me might be something else. So I am not boxed in, and I don't think any of us are.
I agree with that. You're right.
You
I
can
agree with
be different people in different circumstances, and it's important that we know that. Otherwise,
That's true.
we find ourselves in a situation where, okay, I've seen something online that I don't like, okay, but I don't want people to think that I kick off over everything. So this thing is eating me up. I really don't like it, and I really want to speak, but then I sit down silent, not because I want to. I sit down quiet because I'm trying to impress the person next to me, or I'm trying to come across a certain way, and then I lose my authenticity because of who I'm trying to be today, who I'm trying to be in the office, who I'm trying to be when I'm at home. You can be different people. No, I'm not saying you have multiple personalities. I'm just saying that
no, man, you
you
took the
show
point.
up. Yeah, show up authentically. Don't bend yourself out of shape because, this group of people here today. I had a friend who was vegan. I'm not vegan. I'm not likely to ever in my life vegan. This is the truth. I found myself, vegetarian is not even never, I cannot even be vegetarian. If I can live my life eating meat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, the truth is that I probably would. This is me. But I remember I had a friend some years back, she was vegan. Oh my goodness. And this was in the years before I sort of came to know who I was. It was in the years when I was still trying to figure out, what I'm about. So I would do things like when we go to a restaurant, I would not eat meat. Goodness me. You look at the menu and you're too scared to order something that you really want. And you eat a bunch of vegetables because the person sitting next to you is vegan. No more. No more. I'm not. So now my default setting where that is concerned is everybody knows me. Everybody knows that I am not vegan. I am not trying to be vegan. I respect vegans. I respect them so much, but I am not. So can you believe something as simple as that took me years for me to be able to say in certain circles, in certain groups of people, I cannot acknowledge the fact that I like to eat meat.
Baby,
So can you think of like other aspects of your life
in a man. I like meat. Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness.
We know you do, Janet. Janet's a meat eater for sure. But you're right. Even in my home, amongst there's 8 of us in here, and I am not the same. I don't even treat everybody the same way because we have different relationships, and they treat me differently. To the nice ones here, I'm very nice, but if you're mean, I'm not so nice. So I totally agree with you. There is a difference for sure. Yes,
We did have a question.
yeah.
There was a question from the audience.
Oh, it was Charlotte. She says, "Does EJ have any tips on raising confident daughters?"
Sorry. My,
That tickled your funny bun, huh?
anybody goes online,
This is
if anybody goes online, you see my daughters. My daughters, I've got a 6-year-old and a 3-year-old. And if I'm being honest with you, it wasn't easy at first. My children are mixed race. And as I said, we don't live in the most diverse of places. And I didn't know that this was an issue I was going to have to deal with. I mean, I've only just come into my own identity. I didn't realize that already I'd have to be dealing with the identity or helping my children own their identity. It's not easy. My kids, so my first child once said to me, she was about 4 then, and she calls black people brown and white people pink. And I've never corrected that. Those are the colors she sees, so that's what she says. And she said to me once that when pink people when pink men run out of pink women to marry, then they have to make do with brown women because they've run out of pink women. So I said, is that your opinion of me? That somebody that I sort of have been wheeled out because they've run out of options, so therefore they use me. As a result of just that small conversation and many other conversations that I've had with her since, I have learned that the way to show my daughters, the way for them to learn to be confident, to show them, is for me to occupy space. So people will notice that in the last year, I have notched it up a bit. And as a result, a lot of people, because I have decided to be unapologetic in who I am, unapologetic in occupying the space that God has given me. And that is how it is going to be, not just for me, but because of who is watching. So like tonight, Zara, my first daughter, says to me, "Are you doing a talk tonight, mommy?" Yes. And she goes, "Who is talking?" I was like, "Me." "Really? Again? Is it just, so you're not just listening? Are you going to be talking as well?" "Yeah, I am." And she goes, "You're going to be famous. You're going to be..." Yeah. But you see, that's fine. That's fine, because the only way I can show her, the only way I can teach her to be confident is to show her, no matter how many things I say, she's going to grow up based on what I do. I'm very, very lucky to come from a family where we're like this. So my mom, my dad, my brothers, my sisters, they are people who we build one another up, and they are helping me build my daughters up as well. But there is no way I can bring up a confident girl, a confident black girl, a confident mixed race girl in a white society if I continue to hide in the corner, if I pin myself to the corner, afraid to be me.
Ooh.
Then I am showing her that that is what she is to expect from life. We were going through, my daughter now likes to go through houses. She likes to look at pictures of nice big houses because she believes that we're moving soon. I'm not going to argue. We're moving soon. Soon can be in the next 5 years. That's soon. But I'm letting her dream. I do not put any limits on her dream whatsoever. There is nothing she cannot do. In our family, we are superheroes. That's just a known fact. We're superheroes. We have different powers. We help people, and that's just who we are. There's no difference. So when she says to me like, "Oh, that person was staring at me," I said, "They were staring at you because you're quite special. They've never seen anything like you in their life. So shoulder up, chin up, and own it. That's the only thing I've got to say about that. I mean, Charlotte,
You better.
I'm probably going to come to you for tips soon.
And I can say I met her when she was deciding between a peacock and a bright yellow. She's famous.
I'd like to add one thing. I've recently become, in my quest to occupy space, in my quest to just show my kids that we're here to stay, this is who we are, and we can be whatever we choose to be. In my quest to do that, I've become a magistrate. And when I try to explain this to my kids, I said, Mommy's a magistrate now. I said, what's a magistrate? And I said, well, a judge, like a judge. Oh, you're a judge? You're going to send people to jail and all that. And it's just, I'm enjoying the fact that I'm finally being me. I'm enjoying the fact that my daughter, my children get it. And because I can be like this, so can they, and they can go do even more. What we believe in our family is what we believe in our family. Whatever you go outside and they tell you doesn't count. That's my attitude. Because you can go get your education from wherever you like. If that's not what we believe in this family, it doesn't count. And they are bold enough now to say to their friends, oh, sorry, I'm not allowed to do that. Sorry, I'm not allowed to go there. Sorry, I'm not allowed to play with that toy. And they're confident enough to come and tell me as well. So I feel like we're on the right track. Not perfect, but we're getting there.
Yes.
Yes. So who are you? I got a few. Yeah.
So, y'all know me. I got to process. I got to say things out loud. Some people write it down. I got to say it out loud. So I'm just saying this. So I've learned that you have to really accept yourself, all of you, to really know who you are, and that serves you well. Accept all of you. All of you. I was recently on a show, Ije, or I produced a show, and it was with the healer folks, and they talked about there's no good and there's no bad. There's only energy, and you should be grounded. What do you think about that? Is there no good and bad of you? It's just, what do you think about that?
I've not. I mean, if this is enlightenment, I'm not there yet. There is good, there is bad. For me, it's clear. Maybe one day I'll get to the point where I will understand that, or I can, grasp that. But for now, there is evil. There is evil, and there certainly is good. I mean, I come from a part in the world. I come from the northeastern part of Nigeria, and when I see the victims of this terrorist group, Boko Haram, I can tell you without any shadow of a doubt, for me, for now, that evil exists. There is, so maybe it's bad energy, good energy, I don't know. But there is definitely a difference. Intentions can be good, intentions can be bad. That's why I ask, do you have a clear conscience in our day-to-day living, in the things that we do? Why are we doing them? What's the intention? I genuinely believe it can be good or bad. I have a 3-point thing that I live by. Face yourself.
Face yourself.
So face yourself. Stand in a mirror and face yourself. All yourself. Good, bad, not all of it. All of it. I mean, good, bad, ugly. Face yourself. All of it.
Got it.
Know yourself. So while you're standing there, you get to know yourself. You get to know who you are, what you are about. Get to know what makes you tick, what you like, what you don't like. Know yourself. Grow yourself. Is the fun. Grow yourself. So now that I've faced myself, I know this is all of me. I acknowledge it, so I know myself. This is what I'm about. Now I choose what part of me I want to grow. This side that is not so good, I will grow it because I know myself. I'm not growing it because somebody else said I should. I'm growing it because I know myself.
That is so good. Yes.
I like that. That's
Me
awesome.
too. I need to write that down.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Already did.
That's
Already
great.
did.
Put that on the wall, actually.
And I wrote it on the post-it note so I could put it on the computer.
Yeah.
Already.
Fantastic.
Oh yes,
Love it.
Thank you. Awesome. Awesome.
Pretty
Awesome.
good. We do
Yeah.
have some things we want to mention before we start closing out here. We do want to talk about our giveaway on this channel. We love that you come and you watch our show. We love the comments. We love the interaction. We are trying to increase that. We have a giveaway going on. It's a $20 Amazon gift card. So Toya's going to put the link up. And what do? You just subscribe and you share and you subscribe and you share so that you could possibly be the one to win the $20 gift card.
I did not want to interrupt you, but the giveaway started at the end of the month and it's over today. And we actually are going to announce the winner. But because you said giveaway, that means we're going to have a February giveaway, Toya. We're going to have another.
We're going to the end of the month.
Nope, this is the last Tuesday. This is the last Tuesday of January.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay, well, hope you've been listening. So those that
Good luck.
Yes, it ended at 4 o'clock today, and our winner is Melissa. Melissa Gardner is our winner.
Wow.
Yes, she has won the giveaway. So we'll be sending you over a $20 gift card, and starting February, the first show we'll give you the link for the new giveaway. Since Toya mentioned the giveaway, I feel like we got to have another one. So,
Yes,
so awesome! Congratulations, Melissa.
yes, Melissa. Melissa, let me tell you what I need. No.
Congratulations, Melly. Kelly is here every week, y'all. She is there. She's very supportive. She is always commenting. She definitely deserves that.
Yeah, so excited for her.
Yes.
So listen, we do want to say thank you to our sponsors. And today we have this beautiful chick, the full body chick. She has a little business, a thriving little business that she's going to tell us about.
Who's the full body chick? Oh, that was me. That was my full body. Yes. Hi, I'm KSS Solutions. We are the resolution to your entrepreneurial demands. We provide customer service, email management, event planning, logistics, face group management. I can be your personal liaison, podcast coordinator, schedule, and social media. Give us a call at 404-403-0969. We have free customer calls to meet your needs and get your business thriving because you're with the full body chick.
I'm sorry. I got that.
That was all commercial. Yes.
Oh, shoot. And lastly, we have an awesome conference coming up. So y'all tell us about that.
Okay, this is our first in-person conference that we're hosting in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania at the Hotel Indigo, June 4th through 6th, 2021. If you have any questions, you can email us at vasl@vaworldconference.com, or you can go to our website, vaworldconference.com, for tickets and more information.
Awesomeness. Yes. I'm so excited about that. If you don't know, we are all virtual assistants here, and we're all getting together for our first conference. So if you're interested at all about the industry, definitely connect with us, vaworldconference.com. Awesome. So EJ, we want to give you the final word.
It was so fun. You really taught me a lot. I really appreciate it.
Yes.
Oh, thank you. I had a lot. I have been looking forward to this. I've been so nervous, but you guys have just made me feel so comfortable, and it's just nice having a girl, just nice girl chat, isn't it? I really enjoyed it. So thank you for having me.
Can we please be your sisters? Be your sisters, and you please come back, because clearly we got like a 10th of what you provide.
And you must come back.
I would love to. I would honestly. I would love to. I think what you're doing is amazing, and well, you've got a new viewer every Tuesday. I'll be here. I'll be sharing it, and because I think more people need to see you guys. More people need to hear what you're doing. It's fantastic.
Awesome.
I was just going to say, oh, good, my charity. I was just going to say, people want to have a look and see what we're doing.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work, but it's something that is my passion, because of where I come from, and because of the crisis that we've had. We've had, to put it bluntly, we've had quite a lot of killing sprees in northeastern Nigeria over the years, and as you can imagine, it has hurt. It has hurt the community. It has hurt the economy. It has hurt our friends, our family. So the Kairos Initiative is just trying to just bring back some hope. And we've done a lot. We're very busy. We're a very small charity. We're very, very busy. So thank you so much. I've got nothing else to say. I'm just so grateful that you asked me, and I hope it has been of some value to people who are watching. I really appreciate it.
I wanted to ask you, I'm feeling, the charity, and someone like me, I don't, what can I do to be supportive? What could we as a community be to assist you and support you?
I say to people, I mean, everybody knows as a charity we're looking for money, but it goes further than that for me. For me, I say to tell our stories. Tell the story. Tell people to go look on the website or join our Facebook group. We have a Facebook group called Friends of Kairos, and there I tell a lot of specific stories about specific individual people. It's not just, oh, look, northeastern Nigeria. I like to go down to the one person and I tell you this woman's story or this man's story, so you see the human beings behind this statistics. But yeah, tell our stories. That's all. Just share our posts. Let people know that we're here, and anybody who has any expertise that could help us, then we're open to that as well.
Fantastic. When you get the opportunity, will you please link us to the Facebook group in the comments?
Okay.
Awesome.
Right.
Okay, fantastic.
We will make sure to share that amongst everyone, and hopefully
that'll be amazing. Thank you so much.
Yeah. And then also, the more we hear you talk, then me and Toya hopefully can get better in our kind of wannabe English accents. We love it.
Oh, hang on. I wish I had an English accent. I don't know what this accent is. Yeah. It is something. I can't even find my camera now. But yeah, this is a Nigerian accent, actually.
I think it's a mixture. I agree, like you said, it's not totally like, what a London or something, but it's definitely like a mixture. Yeah, and I love it. So we want that one. That's what we want.
Well, you have to go live in Nigeria for a bit, and then come for a bit, and then maybe just have that kind of mixture. I want to have an American accent. I find myself when I'm watching American TV, I suddenly get this. I want to start doing this when I talk, and I want to that kind of movement. I love it. It's so much charisma, and I'm too clumsy for it.
Oh, that is precious. All right, y'all take us on out.
Yes, y'all. Thank you so much for coming. Make sure you meet us right back here every Tuesday at 4 p.m. Do not forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. We love y'all. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.